I just want to, first of all, welcome all of you to this morning's call. It is, as I shared with you, I'm in my man cave, my ambassador cave here in Toronto. In the next week, will be heading off to Miami to our Florida home, our South Florida home, my wife and I. So it's a wonderful part of our business and where we can do our business and travel this incredible path and journey towards success, your goals and your dreams, no matter where you are in the world. You can tie into this business. You can do this business. You can enjoy this business. You can certainly thrive in this incredible business. So again, I just want to welcome all of you. This is our English speaking call that we've got today. Just to give you a bit of a kind of a platform and a menu for what's going to be happening here today. It's going to be a wonderful. It's about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So, and first of all, before I get going here, I think you may have been expecting Dalibor Strop from the Czech Republic to host our event. Well, Dal is really under the weather, and in spite of these incredible products, they work just about all of the time, and even probably more under the weather if it wasn't for the products. But Dal cannot be with us this morning, so he's on the bench. He's on the IR, so he's going to be resting, but probably taking in this call as well. So just again, welcoming all of you to our call here over the next 45 minutes to an hour, and really what Joe and I, as most of you know, and I. Again, reaching all of our distributors and leaders that are on this call, again, being an English-speaking call. I don't know, Joe, if this is the sixth or seventh one that we've done. And when I'm saying that, just in the last few days, we've done these calls for Japan. We had, and the results have been just the feedback that we've had on this particular call. And you'll know why as we go forward here. The feedback has been absolutely incredible, staggering. Just the Japanese just got back to us in the last 24 hours, and they were just absolutely blown away by the information that was shared with them. So not just the Japanese, but we did one for Latin American for our Spanish team, which is virtually around the world, not just in Europe, but particularly in South America, and not just in the countries that we're in, but the countries that we're going to be in 2023 and beyond. We'll be talking a little bit more about that as well. The feedback that we've got from the Russian, from Russia, from Kazakhstan, and the markets that we've got over in Eastern Europe, the Russian-speaking community has been tremendous. We've had the Chinese getting back to us on the feedback, from them, just on the global ambassador, the Chinese global ambassadors that you'll be hearing from here very shortly. So, as they have said, and Joe and I have learned this in our journey here, not just with NHD Global over the last 22 years. And as most of you know, we launched this company in conjunction with a couple of other people, just Joe and myself and a couple of other people that we just had a tremendous vision of being able to take this opportunity and these products that we have today. But back then, 22 years ago, we were really just in one market at that time. We only had one product. We only had one website that really wasn't working that well and was falling apart all the time. This is back in 2001. We had one black and white brochure. We were shut down. It was unbelievable. The adversity, the challenges, the objections, and the walls that were put up in front of us back in 01 when we started on this quest. But our vision was much, much bigger than the challenges. And take note on that. The vision is bigger than, and your goals are bigger than the objections and the challenges that you meet. You can attain your goals and your dreams because you'll encounter them. And I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about that later on in our call. But, in reaching all of our countries and markets, just over the last, all of the other markets outside of the English speaking community, and we want to reach all of you as the best of our capabilities, and we're doing that, and it's part of our model, being able to reach the world. We want to be able to touch every life that we possibly can with these incredible products and this opportunity. So the feedback that we've got from these other countries, these other markets so far has been fantastic. Joe and I are very excited about what we're going to share with you over the next 45 minutes to an hour or so, along with our special guest ambassadors. And as Joe and I have said for forever, is that success leaves clues. You're going to get some major, massive clues and tips and advice and guidance from our own personal experiences, the experiences of our global ambassadors, our colleagues, and for all of you guests that are on this call here today. Global ambassadors, if you're not sure or you don't know, go to our IRP, or just go to our compensation plan, and you'll find out the rewards that you get as a global ambassador. From a compliance standpoint, we have to be very respectful of that in what we say about the products and the results that you get from the products, the results that we get from building a business and the income levels that are achieved in our program, in our opportunity here with NHT. We've got to be very respectful from a compliance standpoint. But what we can say is just go to the compensation plan and you just find out what a global ambassador is earning just to qualify, just to get in the door as an ambassador. Some ambassador, well, most of them, they'll be making a lot more than just what the threshold is to qualify, but all the other benefits that you get, the rewards that you get in becoming, well, not just becoming an ambassador, but as you attain each rank in this journey. So we, again, respectfully from a compliance standpoint, not going to be talking about income levels or what the products are going to do, other than you're going to get great, incredible benefits. But we want to give you as many tips and some of the best advice that we can and guidance for you in your journey. So a couple of things here is that we are going to be talking a little bit about 2022, kind of a wrap on the year, what you can look forward to in 2023, some incredible things that are firm in 23, beyond exciting. I'd love to share with you, but I can't. But you're going to experience it in 23. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And if you're prepared to embrace it and hit it, you'll experience it in 23. So let's see, what else have we got here? Yes, I've got to share this too. Our next call that we'll have, as I shared with you, this is our English, for our English-speaking friends, distributors, leaders, and communities that we have around the world. The next big one, and we've had to have special calls for our respective markets, like the Japanese, like the Spanish, like the Russians. Well, the next scheduled one that we have will be for the Vikings. And the Vikings are in, well, I don't have to tell you, but it's Sweden. And our Scandinavian countries and markets that we have are over there. And just for all of you that are out there, per capita, Sweden, that Viking team and organization, relative to the rest of Europe and our markets around the world, does more business per capita than any other country that we have in the world. So tremendous leadership that we have coming out of the Viking community. They had tremendous leadership there, led by the mighty Helen. And their call will be on Monday, and it'll be just in Swedish. It'll be just in Swedish for the Viking organization. But today's call is English, as I shared with you, and you'll get the translation when you hear from our Chinese ambassadors, obviously, into English. So you'll be getting that, and you're going to be getting that right now. We're going to cut right to it. Let's see how we're doing for time. We're pretty good. It's 11:15, 11:16, and we want to stay on time and stay on purpose for you. We are going to hear from the first ambassador who is out of Beijing, China. I've got to meet this gentleman. He is incredible.
好，我叫高维克，来自中国市场。 一日之计在于晨，一年之计在于春。今天我开始新的生活，作为我们 NLT 平台的推广者，作为爱的传播者，我们每天都开始全新的生活，每天要迈出不同的步伐，每天我们要进步一点点。我们是一群令这个世界变得更美好的人，我们是一群让这个世界改变的人。在通向9级之路上，相信是起点，坚持是终点。也就是说，我们在起点的时候要选择相信。相信是一种素养，是一种内涵，是一种勇敢，是一种冒险。自信人生200年，会当积水3000里。自信是我们做好 NLT 平台当中的最重要的心理准备。我们一定要在这个地方选择相信。具体的做法是：第一步，做好单兵阶段的突破。在这个阶段的总体原则叫干100天，拼上小半年，拿下一辈子。大干100天是指什么？也就是说，在我起步的阶段，要3个月的时间。这个时间首先要列30个名单，1个月谈完，连续3个月列3次名单，整合自己的所有的人脉圈子。在整个这个过程当中，每天就是不停的去突破，不停的去突破，邀约，谈单，要豪迈的跟自己的过去的圈子告别，要豪迈的活出一个全新的自己。这是我们进入一个全新行业的开始，所以在这个期间要迅速的把自己的人脉圈子全部整合完，看一看我们身边有哪些伙伴可以成为我们这个平台的消费者，看看哪些伙伴可以成为我们的合作者，这是最关键的一步，最关键的一步。第二步，第2点就是在服务与跟进阶段当我们自己去突破这个阶段以后，单兵的100天这个过程当中进行了，当时我们就会有一些合作伙伴，理论上来讲，根据自然法则叫127法则，我们会有10个伙伴跟我们一样选择第一时间相信 NLT。那么第2有2到3个伙伴也就是说有20到30个伙伴，他们属于犹豫判断，不能在第一时间下决心，但是在这个期间，男的跟进7次，女的跟进5次，绝对可以成为我们伙伴。那么在这些人当中，我们要努力的筛选出来，这个每一个人都要服务到位每一个人都要严格的给他进行积极的服务，因为我们是做服务体系的，所以在第2个阶段的时候，在服务的基础上要挑选出来我们的合作伙伴，他一样同我们一样愿意去做相同的动作。这时间陪伴，每天带着自己的伙伴谈单，去做那个列30个名单1个月谈完的这个动作每天就陪伴他谈单，一定要在这个时间完成500单的谈单量，在未来的3个月，就是拼上小半年完成500单的谈单量。理论上来讲，在这个期间，也就是说我们这个基本上团队的架构的形成的话，200-300人就形成了。这个时间我们就要在快速在服务启动的这个基础上进入到第3个阶段第3个阶段是什么呢？叫团队运作。团队运作这个期间，因为我们做的这个事业很大，是能够上规模的，所以将来取决于我们这个事业能否做成，一定是能吸引和影响成千上万的伙伴跟我们一起去操作。所以团队运作，大家组织起来就像我们公司运营是一个原理的。 那么组织起来以后，主要是有3点内容。第一个就是关于团队整体目标的确立，第二个团队时间的管理，也就是说各种制度的落实，第3项叫团队训练和活动的组织。这3项内容，首先我说第一个，团队整体目标的确立。整体目标的确立，我们大家所有的人就根据公司推出的国际荣誉奖励计划来设定就 OK 了。所有的目标，我们的职责是与我们的核心、与我们的团队就达成公司的这个计划形成一致，这个目标就确立完了。所以在建立一定让团队以目标为导向，以目标为导向，我们大家心往一处想，劲儿往一处使。所以在整个这个过程当中啊，达成这个目标，我这个整个做的这个过程当中说，2013年公司推出国际荣誉奖励计划，当年我自己啊就从1级吧，那个时候12年大概是1级左右，然后一下子就全年保持了4级，到年底的时候就1个月5级，1个月6级，就完成了第1年。就带着自己去做，因为我们在做这个过程当中啊，作为一个出色的领导人，作为一个出色的领袖，我们自己一定要内心特别的强大，我们要做给别人看啊，我做给你看，你照着做，我检查，是这样的一个模式。所以自己做不到的，己所不欲，勿施于人，自己做不到就不能影响别人。那么2014年啊，我在第2季度保持了4个月的这个6级以后，然后就成7级。在坚持1年7级的这种基础上，在2015年就达成了8级，啊，2016年就正常的上到9级。这个期间叫什么？叫紧咬目标，不放松，啊，目标就是我们完成整个这个自己的这种工作计划的各个方面的基础，啊，就是一个目标一个目标去达成。第二个呢，关于团队时间的管理，也就是说，在整个这个期间呢，一定是要建立各种制度啊，用各种制度来管理我们的时间。我们投入这个事业，最主要呢是投入大量的时间和精力，没有金钱的投入，但等于时间和精力的投入。所以在这个期间，如何管理集体性的管理我们的时间，就列到议事日程上了。所以在这个团队整个时间管理中，要列出我们相应的工作制度、培训制度、活动制度啊，以及我们的会议制度各方面的制度。列出来之后，团队的领导阶层要带头的去执行，自己要去带头执行啊，还有我们的工作制度。所以一般的来说，我们在具体的做法呢，从13年开始，我们列出各种工作制度，每周这个是专业训练啊，就是说我们的事业训练是2小时，包括是这个啊，我们的这个产品训练是2小时，这是保证的。然后这个一次会议。所以所有的这一切，其他的时间全部是用于谈判啊。每个月会有一次核心会啊和各种会议去保障，当然要参加公司组织的各种活动，这是后边的要说到的问题。所以这种制度列出来以后，要严格的按照这个制度去执行。说制度管理啊，这个在西方的伙伴们看来肯定不是问题啊，制度管理而不是人为的去管理。第3个方面就是团队训练和活动的组织。从我做 NRT 开始，也就是说，2012年一直到现在啊，一直到我们9级之路之后的现在，除了这个疫情期间以外，所以我们每周啊坚持每周坚持这个专业训练2小时和这个产品训练2小时，这是一直没有间断的，一直持续下去的。但是每个月要进行一次大团队之间的这种培训啊，这个特别是在这个怎么说呢？就大团队一般在做成规模的时候，像我们2015年就是我们裁制的几个9级同时打击的时候，我们进行了在全国各地，因为我们裁制的市场很分散，所以哪儿都有，所以我们在全国各地200人以上的这个都进行了这个9次飞行培训啊，9次，除了我们正常的这个各个团队自己的训练以外，大规模的训练进行了9次飞行培训，和我们集体性的啊，我们在裁制俱乐部打成4个，我们总共是这个5个人起步嘛。2010年我们有4个9级，2个8级，是吧？10个7级，22个6级，以及4级以上的领导人培训了206个。所以这个期间， 都是通过训练去完成的，让我们尽快的做到基础扎实和组织有力。活动的组织呢，是为了获得激情，训练是为了让我们这个有从我们俱乐部参加以来，我们参加了公司组织的所有的活动。我去了18次香港，去了7次澳门，和2014年以后公司组织的所有的国际游全部达标和拿下。就参加这些活动，去获得不同的能量，去见证公司的成长，去获得激情并了解公司的一些政策，并让我们的团队每个人去执行是这样的一个情况。所以呢，这些活动，那么这些东西通过什么来完成？核心领导班子，就是说我们在做公司也好，我们做平台也好，一定要有自己的核心领导层。那么这个核心的领导层，就是说你一个公司的中级领导层，通常情况下，我们是以6个为基础，因为从组织行为管理学来讲，人控制6个扁平化的组织机构，人控制6个人是最合适的。我们一直是坚持这个做法。那么这些核心呢，它都具备什么样的特点呢？一定是积极正面的心态，一定要有良好的心态相对充裕的时间，他愿意把他自己的时间贡献给我们团队，贡献给大家还有良好的业绩背景良好的业绩背景一定是 NLT 平台的业绩背景最初的进来的时候，一定要看他传统生意或者传统工作的业绩背景以保证我们的这些团队领导人都是蛮优秀的一个群体第4个，他是有一定的组织管理能力，把这样的人不同特质、不同脾气、不同性格的人组合到一块儿，拉长他们每个人的长板，而不是去弥补短板，就相互之间去弥补短板，而不是拉长他的短板。我们的核心的最重要的工作一致，我们所有开会的目的是为了就下一步目标的达成，团队整体目标的达成取得一致。这是关于团队，这是腰的部分，也是我们最重要的部分第3步呢，我们就说进入到了第3步是团队运作，第4步呢，我们就进入到了市场开拓。所以大家都知道，我们做的这个事业是很庞大的，是面临的是全球市场，因此不能受地域的限制，不能由于我居住或者我熟悉某一个环境、某一个城市，所以在开拓市场的过程当中当我的团队还不足100人的时候，我当时就完成了第1个动作就是谈单500单以上了在北京谈单500单以上了，然后我就背上我的包这个跟我的伙伴一起，我们就到了湖南。其实湖南省整个一个省，有几千万人口我们我没有一个认识的，但是并不影响我们在那个地方扎下来。所以在湖南市场运作的过程当中是非常有体验的这个期间前12次，每次我到这个市场上去待10天一定要有足够的时间做保证，就前12次，就第1年1个月一趟，1个月一趟，我去了10次就是12次，每次要待10天，然后在这段每天就协助当地的新人让当地的谈单影响其实到了那儿的第1天，因为在北京已经做好了这种500单以上的这个谈单量的准备了，所以到那儿之后第1天讲了9遍 ECB 就报了6单报了6单，但这个不影响这个当然报了6单都是给其他伙伴谈的那就是跟我用我们的讲业绩关系跟我有关的是没有影响是我们俱乐部的其他的伙伴，但是整个这个并不影响在未来的2到3年以内，3年以内给财智俱乐部带来了2万个会员，所以这种外地市场的开拓我们一直没有间断。也就是说，在整个运作 NLT 我上9集的这个期间，包括现在我的2/3以上的时间是在外地市场跟居住地跟我居住在北京是没有什么太大的关系的，所以没有足够的市场做支撑，我们说把这个事情做得非常的庞大，或者说能够走上9级之路是比较的困难的一件事儿。因此给大家的建议是什么？至少在欧洲，在全球找到10个相应的市场，然后到那个地方带领大家过单兵关这个单兵关就叫基础扎实我们说在整个团队运作的过程当中叫组织有力，所以整个我们就集体性的 而且在运作的过程当中呢，一定是伙伴们一起共同的努力共同的努力，围绕我们说这个公司提出的国际荣誉奖励计划为目标，以目标为导向去达成。所以在最后的时间，如果大家一定要问我们是怎么走向9级之路的目标，行动，结果，用这个结果来检验我们的思维模式，集体性的去突破，用团队运作的方式去达成我们的9级人生。谢谢各位。
Galwick, thank you very much. All right, Joe, first of all, before I introduce our next global ambassador, can you hear me? Am I on mute? Can you hear me?
Dad. You're good.
Okay, great stuff. Just before we introduce the next ambassador here, something that for all of us, and I'm taking notes. By the way, if you want to remain a leader, remain a student. And I'm sure you're taking notes in this, but it doesn't matter if you're in China. It doesn't matter if you're in Asia, if you're in India, if you're in Europe, North America, South America, anywhere you are in the world, and you listen to the ambassadors that we have from around the world, what they talk about in terms of their success traits, there's a constant, there's a consistency. And we're all basically saying the same stuff. I had an incredible call with our great leader out of Sweden, Helen, our great Viking leader, just a few days ago. And we were talking about the consistencies that you have no matter where you are in the world, and how it's so important when you have a mentor, if you have a coach, and you're listening to what they're sharing with you, that sometimes the lights really will go on when you finally, or you hear from that third or fourth or fifth other leader, ambassador, or other individual person, whoever it might be, that may be coming from another organization, another team, another country, and you get to hear it again, but you're hearing it from somebody else. So just in the notes that I've shared with you, we're gonna wrap a lot of this, at the conclusion of the call, but it's incredible. All the stuff that I have shared, that Joe has shared, all the stuff that your great leadership in your respective markets have shared, we're basically sharing the same thing. So again, that is a clue. You're now going to hear from the great Ocean. He goes by, that's his name, Ocean. And Ocean comes from a little village in northern China, and comes from very, very, very humble beginnings. And you're going to just hear and see from an individual that what a journey, what an unbelievable journey. So the next few minutes is all from Ocean, again from I don't know where he is in this right now, at what part of the world he's in now, but he certainly does come from very humble beginnings. So over to you, Ocean.
小时候我就在想，幸福是什么？
我经常会想起小时候，我的家乡在河北的一个小山村，准确的说是在太行山脚下。我记忆非常深刻，小时候家里的3间土房子伴随我长大，一直到我18岁到新疆部队。大家好，我是张金秋，非常高兴今天以这种形式跟大家见面。此时此刻内心很平静，当然也是满满的幸福。每个人小时候都有深刻的记忆，我也一样。我的小时候，父母经常为钱而苦恼。说到钱，每个人都有不同的感受，不同的体验。 我对钱有一种特别的感情，因为小的时候家里太穷。当然93年加入新疆部队，96年底离开新疆部队，开始上北京。我想我的创业之路算是幸运的，在那个创业的初级阶段，通过自己的努力，我让家里解决了很多现实的问题，家里的生活因我而改变。我印象特别深刻，第一次春节，我拿着厚厚的一沓现金放在我妈妈面前的时候，我妈妈用手语告诉我，这得有2万吧。我说是的，那是1997年的第一个春节。所以当看到妈妈眼睛里满满的幸福的时候，我突然觉得好像我长大了，我能够承担起这个家庭的责任。当然我也很清楚地记得我爸爸的样子，他什么也没有说，只是在那儿静静地微笑着看着我妈妈。在这里特别感谢我们的常总，在常总的领导下，安泰 TT 在全球市场蓬勃发展，也特别感谢中国市场分公司的领导，为了安泰 TT 在中国市场生根发芽、蓬勃发展，兢兢业业、勤勤恳恳、任劳任怨。我是因为糖尿病遇见了 NHT， 我从来没有想过我的糖尿病会因为 NHT 而改变，所以在这样一个机缘巧合下，因为 NHT， 我的血糖在4个月之后得到了有效的改善，从空腹8.2到了5.1。这是2013年底的故事。2014年，因为我的血糖控制得非常好，我开启了 NHT 之路。当然，这一路走来，充满了挑战。
但是在这里，我遇到了令人尊敬的公司领导，来自各行的精英，感受到什么是系统，什么是团队。我几乎每天都在前进的路上接受挑战，但是能与大家同行，这种感觉是很幸福的。
2年之后，我实现了人生的一个小小的目标。那一刻，在香港的舞台上，我至今都难以忘记。我经常会想起那一刻，一个从农村走出来的孩子，一个应该在家里种地的人，有机会走向北京，有机会走向香港，有机会站在香港的舞台上。2017年，很多朋友跟我说，张总一定要去旅行，一定要参加 NHT 为我们组织的尊贵的全球的行程。那个时候我觉得旅行特别没意义，我觉得第一浪费时间，第二我对于旅行没有任何的认知。但是2017年5月15号，我第一次坐上了飞往迪拜的航班。当我站在帆船酒店楼下的时候， 当我看着无边泳池，当我看着波斯湾辽阔的海域，当我近距离的感受中东文化，我在心里告诉自己，幸亏我走出来了。这个世界太大了，你没有走过的地方太多了，一定要走出去，一定要走出去，四处看一看，要认识一下这个世界，尽你可能走向更多的世界地方。2017年12月1号，我开启了神奇的瑞典极光之旅。瑞士之旅让我有生以来第一次看到极光，神奇的极光。那天深夜，满天都是厚厚的云层，突然云层迅速散开，迅速消失，天空中一道光出现，大概在10分钟的时候，一道绿色的光慢慢的变成数字，阿拉伯数字9。这个世界就是这么神奇。那一次，我第一次体验夕阳西下，狗拉雪橇。我第一次体验雪上摩托。我和杨哥躺在厚厚的雪层上，吃着大铁锅炖的炖菜。那是我欧洲之旅最幸福的一顿餐，我吃的自己嗨极了。
这种感觉仿佛回到小时候，我已经很久没在雪地里撒欢了。这种放松实在太爽了，可以卸下了成年人的压力，不用在意别人的眼光。是 NHT 在背后给了这份踏实、这份安全感和这份放纵的机会。
瑞典之旅，我还第一次体验了冰雕酒店。这个世界有太多的神奇，是你无法想象的。你如果没有去，你根本不知道这个世界有太多太多神奇的地方。当然，我想起了2018年9月16号，受莫斯科市场邀请，我代表中国会员前往莫斯科分享我的 NHT 的故事。当我讲着标准的河北加北京腔的普通话，现场掌声无数次的响起，俄罗斯人民的热情让我在那一刻突然觉得自己原来还可以这样活，原来人生可以这样精彩。在那一次，我第一次体验到莫斯科红场、克里姆林宫、列宁墓，我还跟我们的酋长在红场开心的畅谈。当然，我们的畅谈仅仅停留在眼神的交换。即使这样，我依然觉得满满的幸福，
还有一份荣耀，因为我是代表了 NHT 中国市场，这份责任沉甸甸的。我的事业版图也被无限放大，秘鲁、加拿大、欧洲等等，我的108个梦想又填满了。NHT 这件事我会一直做下去，理由很简单，人生能有几次机会让你遇上这样的事业和这样的一群人？
它让我们有了梦想的力量，它让我们有了追求的力量。感谢自己因梦想而伟大，谢谢你们。
That it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you're going. And Ocean certainly knows where he's going. Okay, the next ambassadors that we're going to hear from are a couple. What a story this is. You're going to hear from the Hungs. They are, as a matter of fact, their names, the maiden name and the married name is the same, which is a rarity, but I guess in the Chinese, the Asian community, that can be commonplace. But bottom line, their names are each are the Hungs. So they're going to share with you their story. But just quite quickly, I want to share with you, just in a minute or so, less than a minute, quickly what happened with them. They were both involved with NHT as distributors, kind of struggling with the business. They met at an opportunity meeting. Not knowing each other, just connected at the meeting. One thing led to another. They got together. They ended up getting married, and they both ended up becoming global ambassadors in their own right. So that's a double ambassador within the same family, within the same couple, both ambassadors. And you know what one ambassador receives on the compensation plan? Well, now you've got two of them out of one household. So double. Wow. It's an incredible story in what they've done. You're going to hear from both of them. So Hungs, the call is all yours. They're from China. They're from the Far East, and they're going to share with you what's happened with them and how this whole thing evolved and how they did it. So Hungs, the call is over to you. Go ahead.
我叫蔡红，我也叫蔡红。那今天是2022年的10月10号，非常的凑巧，13年之前的今天，也就是2009年的10月10号，我有缘结识了 NHT， 成为了 NHT 平台上的一名消费会员。时间过得非常的快，13年过去了。现在回想在 NHT 平台上战斗经历的这13年，可以说是思绪万千，感慨万千。其实我最幸运的是在加盟之后不到1个月，2009年的11月6号和8号，有幸参加了 NHT 公司在香港举行的8周年的庆典活动。那在这个活动上，我聆听了我们公司高层对 NHT 的价值远景的描绘，对公司奋斗目标的阐述，以及学习到了公司所研发的全球最卓越的健康产品，尤其是公司打造的全球领先的符合电子商务的商业模式，让我这样一个学经济学的人看懂了这个项目的价值。我下定了一个决心，要在这个平台上借助公司的优势，通过自己的努力去打造一个不一样的自己。那时间13年的过去，我想非常好的证实了我当初的选择。所以这就是我今天要和大家分享的第一条，就是选择比努力更重要。那我想和各位分享的第二条，也是最重要的一条，那就是坚持是我们在 NH 平台取得成功的最重要的法宝。我想我们每个人选择了 NHT 之后，把它作为一项事业在运作的过程中，我们必须持续的专注。而在这样的一个过程当中，无论是在逆境还是顺境，无论是在高潮还是在低潮的时候，我们内心一定要有一个非常坚定的信念，就是借助这样卓越的平台，我们可以去创造一个我们属于自己的辉煌的人生。那我们都很清楚，在运作任何一个项目的过程当中，我们都会遭遇不同的问题，遇到不同的困境。这个时候最考验我们的就是我们是否能够始终尊重于我们当初的发心，我们创业之初所想的那个念头。我特别想和大家分享一段，就是我们在日常生活中，其实我们都有过看到怎样去修建一个隧道，怎样去修筑一个高速公路的过程。
那在这个过程当中，我们会发现，可能是区区几公里的隧道的打造过程当中，因为技术状况的不一样，可能会面临各种各样的问题。那在这个时候，我们是把它废弃掉，重新再去挖一条隧道，还是我们去面对隧道当中的各种技术状况出现的问题，去解决它，从而顺利的把这条隧道打通？我想，这个跟我们今天做 NHT 来修建一条属于我们自己的财富管道是一模一样的。我们在修筑我们自己的这个管道过程当中，不管遇到怎样的问题，我想我们最重要的是要去找到解决问题的办法，而不是回避、逃避。我们需要的是坚韧不拔的这样的一个意识，然后从容的去面对各种困难，解决它，走过一个又一个的坎。所以我想说，在 NHT 平台上，公司设置的9届国际荣誉大使的这样的一个奖励计划，就是给我看，让我们看到，在成长的过程中，我们需要迈过一个又一个的坎，然后让自己每天进步一点点，每天成长一点点，通过不同的等级，从低级别到中级别到高级别，其实我们会发现，我们已经在这个项目上不断的在蜕变自己，不断的在引领着伙伴从一个胜利走向下一个胜利，从而和公司一起去获得成长。那关于坚持，关于在 NHT 平台上如何坚持，我特别想请我的合作伙伴，我的太太蔡红女士和大家说两句。
说到坚持呢，我特别想跟大家交流一下，那我这个经营 NHT 前7年的一个感受。其实在前3年半的时间里，我们也努力的工作，但是这3年半我几乎没有拿到很好的成果。那从我们这个国际荣誉奖励计划的这个级别上就能看得出来，我前3年半14个季度，我的级别有7个季度是0级，然后最高的级别是4级，然后上去了还掉下来。这个就是前3年半比较辛苦的一个过程。但是经历了这样的一个过程，其实我们在这个过程中不断的去参加公司的活动，我做到了，不管有人去没人去，公司的活动我逢会必到。所以这个3年半的时间没有一次落下。那通过学习，通过听到别人分享的经验，来不断修正自己工作的方法和方式，来调整自己的心态，来迎来了后3年半的成长。那后3年半的时间同样是14个季度，那我有7个季度是达成了9级国际荣誉大使的这样要求的这个积分，而且一路走到了峰顶。那在这个过程中间，我想跟大家分享的，其实就是我们如何去学习系统，如何去践行系统，如何的去深耕市场。那在这个过程中，最重要的是调整自己的心态，让自己能够积极的遇到所有的困难都觉得说太好了，我把这个困难解决了，那我又进了一步。那每一次的心态的成长，就会让我们带给团队永远是阳光的。那还要学习技巧，如何去沟通，如何去做到有效沟通，如何去做到有效的启动。那在我们的系统中，马老师不断的在讲要放大梦想，那就是要想这个我自己想要成为什么样的人，想清楚了这一点，那所有的困难都不是困难。想明白了这些，他就有动力去往前走。其实最后团队的起来，我们最重要的是设立了目标，而且我的2个工作区都各有5、6个积极的会员，我们共同打击，协作联动，那这样就是速度就很快。其实我达成9级的时候，我的整个的会员也只有5000多位，但是因为大家是联动打击，所以就一路成长，就是上到了9级。那相比于这个慢的3年半和快的3年半，我觉得第一，挖掘自己内心的梦想；第二，设立目标；第三，深度工作，找到合作伙伴，共同努力，那这个财富管道就能建成。
好，最后想跟大家分享的就是我们今天一定要把握时代趋势，然后与 NHT 公司 一起去共创未来。大家都知道，全球我们每个普通老百姓的寿命在越来越延长，同时又在面临着老龄化的时代。于是，健康今天已经成为全球每一个普通人都最关注的一个问题。而 NHT 公司20多年来致力于全球各个国家的普通老百姓的健康管理和维护的这样一个事业当中，同时通过挖掘开发了全球领先的卓越的产品，把这样好的产品送进千家万户。所以，大健康产业将一定是今天全球各个国家未来经济发展的一个重要的支柱产业。而我们今天有幸和 NHT 合作，其实是我们已经触及到了今天这样一个最重要的一波财富波。所以，我想在今天当下，我们每个人想清楚为什么要运作 NHT。为什么要在 NH 平台上去投入时间？是因为我们已经清晰的意识到 NHT 就是一个引领未来全球经济发展的一个重要的产业方向，而 NHT 公司成为大健康全球产业中的一个璀璨的明星。我们今天有机会在这个平台上，是否拿到最终我们想要的结果？现在全然看我们愿意在这个平台上如何付出。所以我想和大家分享，叫路要如何，全凭自己。时代趋势机会都已经在我们手上，我们经常说机会面前人人平等，但是每一个人把握机会的能力却各不相同，而这个最大的差别就在于2个字，叫认知。当我们今天认识到 NHT 这份事业的高大上，认识到我自己把时间投入在这个平台上而能够拿到的终极结果的时候，我相信所有的过程当中遇到的挑战都会成为我们晋升的通道。而作为全球目前唯一的一对9级国际荣誉大使，我们以衷心的期待，在 NHT 3.0时代，全球各个国家都能够涌现出更多的国际荣誉大使，让我们一起和公司登上健康的巅峰。
我们每年的结婚纪念那个旅游都是公司给提供的，那每年的生日也是在旅途中过，真的非常开心结缘 NHT 改变了我生命的轨迹，今生我们都会为 NHT 公司去工作，去努力。虽然我们远隔重洋，但是我们的心是在一起的。在此祝愿今天的活动圆满成功，
送上来自中国苏州最美好的祝福，祝 NHT 公司蒸蒸日上，祝所有的家人们早日成功。
Fantastic. You've just heard from the fabulous Hungs that come from Suzhou, China. And what a story. What an incredible, incredible story. Just before we turn it over here to my partner, our man, Joe, gang, just to reflect on what you've heard so far. And I know you're going to be hearing a little bit from Joey on this as well. Some things that we have shared over the years with you. And they had just shared, again, this is coming from other ambassadors, 4 other ambassadors. I'm just taking notes on all this stuff. They talked about belief. They talked about disciplines, a daily method of operation. They talked about a 90-day blitz in hitting your business. Talked about having a plan, personal development, follow-up, hard work, goals, action, vision, events, training, mindset, commitment. One of the big ones coming from an ambassador was staying in the building mode, not getting stuck in the management mode. Don't let comfort get in the way of your calling. Don't sit at the table of success too long. look what can happen to you. And you're seeing this. This is from the ambassadors that continue to grow, that continue to go. So to turn it over now to the very, very best, who will put a bit of a wrap on what you just heard, but certainly his insight too. Joey and I go back, as he famously has said, our relationship, our partnership has lasted longer than so many marriages out there. Joey, condolences to your Portuguese soccer team. This just in. It looks like you didn't make it to the next round, but I know you are going to the next round here with more people qualifying for rank 9 and ambassador in 2023. The call is yours, brother. And then after that, I'll do a wrap from there. So over to you, buddy.
Great job, Dano. Hello, everyone. So excited to be spending some time with you here today. Incredible event. What I'm going to be talking about is, and this is really apropos moving into 2023, is the things that make us money. Unfortunately, as entrepreneurs, many of us, because of social media, because of all the distractions that we have in our life, that we tend to not get focused on what really makes us money in the business. So we keep ourselves busy, but we don't really focus on the money-making activities. So as Dan shared, and our global ambassadors, consistency is the key to longevity. Consistency is the key to longevity. All success is simple disciplines repeated over time, or simple habits repeated over time. I got to the point in my business life that I knew what I needed to do every single day on a consistent basis to give me long-term results. So we really do 5 things. We really have 5 things that make us money in this business. These are the 5 areas that you need to consistently apply to succeed here moving into 2023. So the first one is you need to be your best customer. So I, for example, am my best customer. I am the product of the product. I consume my family and I consume well over $1,000 a month of NHT Global products. I understand that I need to keep my energy up. I need to be healthy to help people all over the world. I don't want to be sick. The last 3 years here during the pandemic, and this year, globe is not only under a COVID pandemic, but we're under a flu pandemic and so many other viruses. So the last 2-3 years has really taught us that we need to take care of our health. Health is should be our number one priority in life. And so many people are paying the price over the last few years because health wasn't their number one focus in life. So being the product of the product, and as we know, as NHT Global distributors, and I know we have a lot of people on here today that are new, and a lot of people are going to watch the recording in the future, is we have the top 1% product line in the industry of nutrition, beauty, lifestyle, and the other categories that we're in. From day one, this was important to Dan and I. When we launched here in NHT Global in January 2001, we wanted to have NHT commit to us that they were going to have the best ingredients, the best formulators, the best doctors in the industries and the categories that we were going to go into. Because I wanted to make sure 100% that we had a cornerstone, a foundation to longevity, which is quality products. Dan and I we built our skill sets and our other global ambassadors to the point where we can probably sell anything. However, we're pretty good. We probably can fool people for 1 year. We probably can fool people for maybe 2 years. But for 22 years now, coming up at 22 years, you can't fool people. Time will either promote you or expose you. So with the research, for example, the last product that NHT introduced here in North America, which is going to go global, has a patent. Has a patent and medical studies. So we can actually say that within a couple of months, These studies have proven the fine lines and wrinkles diminish. Think about that. You know, a medical study and a patent. The stem renewal recently has been put on the PDR, the physician desk reference, and that is critical. Only a handful of nutritional products of all time made it on that PDR list. That is incredible. That is quite a coup for NH2 Global. So number one, you got to be the product of the product. You got to be your best customer. So educate yourself on the products. I know it's almost impossible to get on all our product line, but just educate yourself. Go to steamteam.ca, which is our global training platform. If you don't have an account, set up a free account there. Go under product training, and we've got some incredible videos and trainings from our doctors on the products, and build your belief up in the products, and you'll become unstoppable. You will become your best customer, bar none. Second thing that we must do on a daily basis is we need to share the product. And one of the challenges that people have in our business when they get started is they believe that they need to know everything about the products. They need to know everything about the ingredients. They need to know everything about the background of the products. So, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to scale your business globally, that is not important. What is important is how you share the product and develop the skill sets in sharing the product. So what I do is I utilize the tools that we have from NH2 Global. Corporate has developed some incredible tools. And I can spend hours with customers and future distributors on how great our products are. I can tell them about the ingredients, the background, the science, the research. But I know that my knowledge is not duplicatable. So you keep in mind, everything that we do in our business, we're actually teaching our prospective prospects and distributors how to do the business. So we need to keep it very simple and utilize the videos of the products to sell the products. So I can't do a better job than Dr. Ben. I don't have more credibility in the science respect than Dr. Ben. So utilize those videos. So what you want to do is you want to share the video, get your prospect or future customer to commit to watching the video, and then set up a time within 24 hours, create a sense of urgency so you can follow up with them to answer their questions on the products. I would always recommend you bring someone else on with you to share their story of how the products did for them. So always use that third party tool. So one of the great questions that you can ask people, what is real important to you in your life right now? What is it that you want more of in right now? So a lot of people, if they say health, if they say my health is the most important right now, I've been really ill the last couple of years, you now know what to focus on. If they say I want to get out of debt, you now know what to focus on. So that question is key to understanding what your prospect wants or what your customer wants. So the third thing, same as the sharing the product, is sharing the business. To grow your business to 1,000 distributors, to 5,000 distributors, to 10,000 distributors, to grow your business from rank 1 to rank 9 in the international recognition plan, to qualify for incredible 5-star and trip incentives globally, you need to learn how to share the business. There's only so much that you can do. So what you want to do is develop, and it's the power of our network marketing business model, is developing a sales organization. So one of the great aspects to NHT, Dan and I have always talked about since 2001, if you're not building a global business today, you're missing out on the greatest wealth paradigm shift that the world has ever had. Back in the 90s, it was so difficult and expensive to build a global business. But now, because of technology, we have people from all over the world here on today. And in the future, we now can connect with people faster, better, quicker. And social media now allows us to know what's going on in people's lives and connect with them faster, better, quicker. So So one of the advantages to NHT right now is you don't have to do what Dan and I has done in our global ambassadors, where we had to travel into these markets. We had to set up the training. We had to set up the pioneering aspect. We had to do all the dirty work to get countries going. And it took a lot of expertise to do that. Excuse me. Now with NHT, we're in 50 countries. We've got some great announcements coming in 2023 with Thailand, with Bolivia, with Colombia launching here in 2023, hopefully in the first 2 quarters of 2023. So NHT, where most companies are downsizing, trying to save money, NHT is still expanding globally. So we have global infrastructures in place. So whether you're in United States, whether you're in Hong Kong, whether you're in Sweden, whether you're in Czech Republic, whether you're in the UK, we have this global infrastructure that can help you build business no matter where it is in the world. So how do you share the product? Okay, so in many different languages, we have websites set up where we have a business presentation. The English website is ynht.com, whynht.com, or the other name for it is yrbiz.com. So you can go on there and watch the business presentation, have some testimonials in there, a little bit about the vision of the company. The compensation plan is all on there, all updated information. So all you need to do in sharing the business, again, get your prospect, ask them what's real important to them in life, so you know what their why is. Get them to commit to watching that. Go to ynht.com, watching the videos, set up a time to follow up, and get your upline or business partners to go up and help you with that call. Okay, so we have many, many tools to help share the business. That's the number one tool. You can actually do a live Zoom presentation and run the presentation that way. You can meet with people. Now, post-pandemic, we can meet with people and share the business that way. So there are so many tools that you can have, the product tools, the business tools, that you're able to share the business. So for example, right now, I have numerous people in the pipeline watching the business presentation right now. So I'm able to do other things, money-making activities, while using the tools to share the business. So it's the third thing that we do. So keep in mind, consistency is the key to success. So when I got started in 2001 with NHT, Dan and I, to build NHT, we knew we needed a great start. We knew that we needed to develop these consistent habits to have long-term success. So my business plan when I got started with NHT was to connect with 3 new people a day, every single day in 2001. Just think about it. I talked to well over 900 people in the year of 2001, despite all the challenges that we had. 900 people, so 3 a day. I had a little over 120 people enroll, either buy the product, get started as a business person with NHT in 2001. Think about it. Over 800 people told me no, and I found 120 people which set up the foundation to my NHT Global business. 3 people a day. That's easy to do, and that's easy not to do. And I can guarantee you in 2023, if you just have a business plan where you just connect to 1 person a day, 1 person a day over the 2023, that's 365 people that you will put through the pipeline and showing the NHT Global business and products. Based on statistics, you're going to enroll anywhere from 10 to 20% of them. So on the high end, just personally in the year 2023, if you follow that business plan, you should have 60 to 80 new enrollees. What would your business look like if you had 60 to 80 new people that you personally enrolled and you taught them to do the same thing? How fast will you rank up in the compensation plan? So see these little disciplines, 1 or 2 or 3 people a day on a consistent basis. And today it's a lot easier because of the tools that we have, because of social media. We can connect to people all over the world. So you can go on, again, steamteam.ca. We have some incredible recruiting trainings and internet trainings that show you how you can connect to people that you don't know and put them through the process. And when you see and come to the belief, you can imagine, I've traveled to more than 60 countries, and the stories that we have seen from what we started in 2001, and you see the success stories all over the world, and you think to yourself, oh my God, this is incredible business model. We're 21 years, 22 years in the business here. Earlier last year, we had a close to $100 million cash in the bank, debt-free company. And the stories that we have globally, and when you see that, why not you? Why not you? Ask yourself that question. Why not you? The fourth thing is we need to develop our skill sets, because money is attracted to how hard you work on yourself. So let's look at all the professions in this world. So you got a doctor. They have to go to school for 4 years, another 4 years of medical school, another 3 or 4 years of internship. You know, by 13th, 14th year as a doctor, you know, they're just really just getting started. It'll take them another 5, 6, 7 years to get to the top of their profession. And they need to consistently be working and working on themselves to get to that part. What about a lawyer? Same thing. The lawyer needs to go to 4 years of college, university, another 4 years of law school, do an internship in a law firm. And by maybe 16, 17, 18 years, they could be in the top 2% of their profession. 18 years, ladies and gentlemen. If you apply that same philosophy in NHT Global, in your life, working on yourself every single day, and this is a habit that must be done. You know, Portugal just lost. The Portuguese superstar, probably one of the best soccer players of all time, still playing at the age of 38, where most soccer players have to leave that profession by the time they're 30. But at 38 years old, and if you look at what he's disciplined himself to take care of his body and the work that he's done daily and his mindset over the last 25 years of his life, then you can see, wow, now I understand why he's become the best. If you look at all those soccer players, football players that have on the World Cup teams, you know how much time they have put into the craft? Not just their skills, but their mindset. In order to be at that top level, you need to have and work on your mindset. So 29 years ago, when I got started in the industry, 29 years ago, I made a commitment that I would spend an hour a day on my mindset, an hour a day on my skill sets. Think about what I did in 2001, talking to over 900 people. What that did to me is it helped improve my skill sets. By the time I got to 200, 300, 400 people, I started understanding people. I started asking questions like, what is it that you want more of in life? I got to the heart of people. Instead of just being a salesperson, I started now communicating their language and then finding out what they really want, helping them activate their dream. So that building a discipline, self-discipline of an hour a day is critical. And I promise you, if you do that in 2023, take that 1 hour a day, you will be a different person. And when you become a different person, this is when money comes. For things to change in your life financially, you need to change. You need to make a commitment in this area because it won't work. You know, one of the reasons or main reasons why lottery winners globally, I think the stats are 96% of people are worse off 5 years later after they become millionaires in the lottery and they lose all their money, and worse, they get in huge debt. It's because they're not at the mental capability mindset to handle all that money. So growth means do that simple discipline every day. For example, a good analogy of this is your teeth. Teeth are really important for chewing our food, are real important for our health, because what goes into our mouth affects our gut. And if you don't clean your teeth, you're going to get rotten teeth. You're going to get other health issues. So we all know that we need to brush our teeth. So those that brush their teeth, like I do every day, twice, 3 times a day, and floss my teeth and go to the dentist at least once every 6 months to do further cleaning, now that's a consistent habit that you see long-term results. So if you look at your life up until now, look at some of the habits that you have that got you to where you are now. All you need to do is change some of those habits to get the results that you want in life. What you feed your mind is what you attract in life. What you focus on life is what you attract in life. And believe me, in today's world, because of social media, and we've seen it through the pandemic, that the junk that we see that people are feeding their minds with is scary. And if you're not pulling out those weeds, the weeds will take control. And we've seen it. And that's where people struggle with mental health. And then the fifth thing is you need to help people do those 4 things. Teach people to do those 4 things. And one of the key aspects to our business is building for events. This is what we would call an event. We're lucky in today's world, we can, a lot of people are working today and have other commitments around the globe. So this is recorded. They're going to be able to watch it on a recording. So, but putting people into the seats, which is the prospecting end, and getting people to learn about the information, educate themselves. You never know what gets them excited. So it's important that we, as a leader, to get into those leadership ranks, that you focus on teaching people how to do those 4 things. I had a really good friend of mine that I've known for 32 years. For 30 years, I was prospecting him. 29 years, I was prospecting him. I enrolled him into NHT 3 years ago. He was so excited. He had all the skill sets. He's seen my success. He wanted to become like me. He's in his late 60s now, from the insurance industry. And the one thing that he never did was get on the product. He just consumed it a few times. He was getting sick here and there, and he could never get on the product. And I always told him that you can't build this business without getting on the product. People see it through you. It's just not about building an organization. You got to follow these steps. And that one thing, that habit that he did not do, he really never got started in the business. He just kind of faded away because he wouldn't follow those steps. So that's the 5th thing. So I want to leave you, my time is up, by helping you all understand that in 2022, if you're not happy with where 2022 is ending, that you need to look at these habits that I've taught you here today. Start developing those habits on a daily basis. But ultimately, it comes down to your dream. When your dream is big enough, when you fall in love with your dream, when you're devoted to your dream, you will do those habits. If your dream is the purpose in life, you will do those habits. So I challenge all of you to get back to the basics and reevaluate what you really want in life. Determine what that dream is, what that specific dream is. So I'll give you a good example of this. When I got started in the industry in 1993, Dan was in my upline. And at one of the events, maybe a year or 2 years into the business, he had his planner opened. And right on the first page was his dream. So Dan's dream at that time was to have a beachside home. So him and his wife could spend the winters in that home. So he had it right in his front of his page. No wonder Dan did the work. No wonder he had the most positive attitude. No wonder he worked on himself, because he had that dream so vividly in front of him. No wonder he was working 2, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. No wonder he traveled the world and building the teams globally. No wonder he went the extra mile, because he had that dream. And thanks to NHT, Dan's been living that dream with a house down in Delray Beach in Florida, and spending his winters down there. That's what a dream does. That's where success is. And that was the common denominator of that training that you heard from our global ambassadors. They all had a dream. They all had a dream. So take the time to reevaluate your dream. Dan and I are committed to your 2023 as NHT launches in new markets, as NHT invests in new product lines, as NHT still focused on remaining in the top 1% in this industry. So God bless all of you. For those of you that are celebrating the Christmas holidays, Merry Christmas to all of you. Those are celebrating Hanukkah and all their other holidays. Happy holidays to all of you. God bless. A big hug from Toronto, Canada. Back to you, Dano.
Hey, Joey. Thanks so much, buddy. Can you hear me okay? Am I coming back on? Because I know you're quarterback in the controls.
You're almost as good looking as me, Dan.
Well, I'm still working at it. Yeah, I need all the help I can get. Thank God for these products, Joe. Anyways, fabulous job. Great stuff. Thanks, Joe. Are you going to be staying on the screen here? How does this work?
Okay.
You're going to stay on? Okay.
You can see you.
Good. And gang, you again success leaves clues, as I was sharing with you earlier. You've heard some just from our top ambassadors, some of our top ambassadors that we have from around the world, particularly from the Far East today, and then obviously the Far West being with Joe. But Joe had just on a couple of points here had shared with you, Joe, you were talking about doctors and how much time that they spend in terms of their education and their schooling to become a physician. But gang, I want to share with you, and I'm just going to share facts. We've got to be compliant, sensitive, compliant friendly here. So I'm just going to share facts with you about us in terms of our compensation plan and to qualify for, as a global ambassador. But first of all, the top 5 paying professions in North America, the top 5 paying professions in North America related to our world, and our world being here with NHT. But those top 5 paying professions are physicians, lawyers, engineers, architects, and accountants. Those are the top 5 paying professions in North America. Last year, the average income for those top 5 paying professions was a little over 300, close to 350,000 a year. A little under, just at 300,000 a year for lawyers. The first being 350 for physicians, and going down engineers, architects, and accountants was $250,200 and around 150, just approximately 150,000. Now, I've given you the top 5 paying professions in North America. How long did it take for them to accomplish that and get to qualify for that profession, to become a physician, to become a lawyer, to become an engineer, an architect, an accountant? Well, let me share some facts with you. 96% of the people that do enter pre-med never do become physicians. Over 85% of the people that enter accounting never become accountants. I'm just highlighting a couple points of the top 5 paying professions that we have in North America. Well, that is the ones that become, a physician, a lawyer, an engineer, an architect, an accountant. Well, the average to qualify for a global ambassador here with NHT Global, to qualify, go on and take a look at the compensation plan. Just to qualify, you'll be earning 3 times as much as the average income of a physician. And that is a fact, just to qualify. Now, just about all of you take all of our global ambassadors from around the world, How long did it take them to become a global ambassador? It didn't take them 15 years. It didn't take them 10. It took them just a little over 5 years. These are facts. We want to be compliant friendly. Obviously, not everyone qualifies as a global ambassador, but not everyone becomes a physician. Not everyone becomes a lawyer. Not everyone becomes a professional soccer player on the Portuguese national soccer team. And not everyone becomes an engineer, architect, or any of the top 5 paying professions. There's a price that needs to be paid in anything that you do, in any endeavor that it is, along with relationships, no matter what it is in life. There's a price to be paid. And Joe doesn't like to use the word paying the price or the phrase in that, because I think in what we say and what Joe is saying when he does say that, paying the price, is that most people go out to achieve, to be happy. What Joey is really saying, you can happily achieve in your journey here. And we enjoy what we do. There is hard work, there's commitment, there's dedication. And we want to make sure that you understand that. We don't believe that our industry and what we do, our profession, is perfect, but we believe it's better. And it's better than anything else that's out there. So let me just share some things with you too that I believe that, and just a few things in wrapping up here, that you can count on in 23. Some promises. I can promise you this is what's going to happen. Some projections, some predictions, some promises in 2023. Well, I promise you this, in your journey here to the next rank of becoming a global ambassador, you will still encounter distractions. There will be distractions out there in 2023 and beyond. What kind of distractions? They're all equal, by the way. Doesn't matter what they are. But what kind of distractions are you going to have? You're going to have distractions from the environment, social, political, social, economic. You'll have inflation. You'll have a pandemic. You'll have the government. You'll have the weather. You'll have a dissatisfied distributor, a disgruntled family member, a neighbor. You will have distractions of every kind. They come in every color, kind, name it. There's distractions. They're all equal. They've always said all excuses, all distractions, they're all equal. You don't have control, for the most part, of all of those distractions. What do you have control of? This is what I'm going to share with you, and I can promise you this. No matter where you go in the world, it doesn't matter if you're in India, Russia, France, Germany, South America, North Pole, South Pole, East, West, doesn't matter. The two constants that you have for sure is that no matter where you go, everyone loves our products. That is an absolute every single time. Number two, everywhere you go, everyone wants a better way of life. People love our products. They want a better way of life. What do you focus on? The distractions or what you have control of? What do you have control of? Sharing the product, sharing the opportunity. And Joey had just talked to you about that. Our other 4 global ambassadors talked to you about that. It's those consistent disciplines every day, those little work habits that you have every day. Share the product, share the business, the money-making activities. You don't make money doing anything else other than share the product or share the opportunity. What are you going to focus on? It's just common sense. Don't focus on the stuff, the distractions, the junk, all the stuff else that's out there that's going to get you off track. Stay on track. Keep it simple on those 2 simple core fundamentals. Share the product, share the business. Did you hear Joe? He shares it to 3 people every single day in his first year here. 900 people plus his first year. Sounds like an elephant. Well, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So 3 people a day. Everyone can do it. It's easy to do. It's easy not to do. These are all consistent things that you hear over and over and over again. It's called a massive clue. So, and wrapping up a few more things here as well, I can promise you this. Promise you, Joey's talked a little bit about it. I promise you, we will be in new markets in 2023. Absolutely, we'll be in new markets in 23. Now, the next one, I promise you, we'll have new products in 2023. Look forward to that. Cutting edge, new products, new markets, and also new incentives and promotions that are going to blow you away that will take you to the most exotic locales around the world. I don't know of another profession where you can qualify to virtually every part of the world, the most exotic locations that you can qualify for and you can visit. And just talk to just about every leader that we have here with NHT. Where have they gone? They've gone to places they never dreamed about until they got involved here. We've got new locations, new markets through these incentives and promotions. We've also, in 2023, got a new tool, a new tech tool that, Joe, you and I were talking about this earlier with Maya, with our tech team, the tech group that we've got. We have a tool that we're going to introduce in 23 that will absolutely revolutionize our business and help you so much in terms of advancing your business to the next rank and you becoming a global ambassador. So I promise you all of this. I also promise you that you're going to get the full commitment from Dan, from Joe, the global ambassadors, all of NHT Global, and everything that we can do. We're committed to helping you and achieving your goals and your dreams in 2023. But in a wrap year, I can promise you this. The single biggest reason why you will get to the next rank and you becoming a global ambassador, the single biggest reason is you. You are the single biggest reason you will achieve every goal and every dream and everything you've ever wanted in this business. If you go out and do what you have to, pay the price, as I share, and as Joey says, achieve, just to happily achieve. But go out, if you do what you have to for the next several years, really do what you have to, you could be in a position to do what you want for the rest of your life. So if what you want is greater than the resistance you meet, you can achieve your goals and your dreams. If your goals and your dreams are greater than all of those challenges and obstacles and distractions, you will be able to achieve them. So Joey, thank you for everything that we've been a part of over the last 22 years here, and even before that, but so excited about what we've got in front of us in 2023, brother. So thanks again for today. Thank you for all of you in joining us and tying in, no matter where you are, wherever you are in the NHT world. God bless. Happy 23. We'll see you again in 23. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Great job, Dano.
See ya. Great job, Joey. Thanks. Ciao, everyone. Bye-bye.